Hi, this is Farida. I talk about living a life of ease, remote work, slow living, and travel. If any of these things sound interesting to you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Today I'm talking about mindfulness activities that you can do while you're slow traveling to really get the most of the experience. The first thing is mindful walking. Feel your feet on the ground, take off your shoes, notice the air on your skin, and observe surroundings without a destination. When I went to Grenada, I did not have a lot of time. I was there for a purpose, but every single morning I made sure that I walked to the beach, took off my shoes, and felt the sand under my feet, feeling the sand, feeling the waves. Even if I couldn't fully submerge myself and take a dip because I had a meeting to run to quickly, I made sure to give myself some time in the morning to walk, feel the nature, and take it all in without a camera before the tourists came on the beach and filled it up. Just enjoy the sounds of the waves. It was really nice feeling it and immersing myself in those senses. Another mindful practice is really enjoy the food, the local cuisine of the area you're slow traveling in. I see too many people going to these beautiful locations and hitting up a KFC or a McDonald's. Shout out to Barbados for not having a McDonald's on the island. I respect you so much. Really enjoying the local cuisine. So, if you have a very steely stomach like myself, hitting up street carts, enjoying the turmeric and the spices and the peppers, and totally immersing yourself in the local cuisine instead of opting for a burger or pizza. The next thing that I do is conscious moving, which ties into the mindful walking. I like to incorporate simple stretches in my room before I get up for the day and just moving my neck, moving my shoulders, feeling and wiggling my toes so that I can just be in touch and connected to my body. So much of my time is spent locked in my brain that sometimes I do neglect being in touch with my body. And something as simple as taking with me a small jar of olive oil and every morning just massaging my legs, my arms, my body with the olive oil after my bath. It is so good. It is so nice to just take 5, 10 minutes and get back in touch and connected to my body. And another thing that I try to do is stay nourished while I'm traveling. Even though I want to eat all the ice cream in the world, the cookies, the pastries. When I was in the UK, I wanted to hit up all the pastry shops that was in the Lake District, but just focusing on nourishing foods, drinking my teas in the morning, eating the local fruit, eating the local veggies, it really does elevate the experience of the trip. It keeps you regular and regulated, and toning down on the processed sugar really does help you have a more fun experience and you feel lighter and able to do those activities that you came to that country to do. And then, whatever your morning practice is at home, I would suggest doing a modified version of that. So, I have special adhkar that I like to say in the morning, remembrance and praises to God. And I don't do the whole thing when I'm on vacation. I will modify that to 5, 10 minutes, Quran, which is reading my holy book. And then I will sit and I'll ponder one verse or one thing. 5 minutes does not take a long time, but just getting centered. So, whatever your spiritual practice is, don't totally give it up when you're traveling. Continue it, but maybe modify it into 5, 10 minutes. For me, it's just five. I've got it. I've pondered, I've reflected, I've connected spiritually, and I'm ready to start my day. And then the next thing is journaling and gratitude. Sometimes I'm not able to bring my actual journal with me. However, I have my phone journal app, which I'll just throw in an observation. And that observation can be something that I expand upon more when I get home, or I even turn into a video. When I went to Barbados in April of last year, just seeing people who look like me on the money was so profound and just it really touched and warmed my heart. And I took that experience of holding the money and enjoying the money, the currency, and seeing people that look like me in the currency. And I just jotted it in my phone journal. And then when I got home, I said, let me do a little video about that. So that turned into a whole video about what does that do to your self-esteem when you see people that look like you on your currency. And that's something that you don't think about a lot, but it was so apparent to me when I was in Barbados. My self-esteem was through the roof, and it was just from seeing people that look like me on the money. And then another thing is just to embrace the unexpected. Sometimes plans do not go the way you wanted them to go. There were so many things that turned out totally different from what I expected them to go, and you just have to go with the flow. Even traveling, you think you're going to take the train and then you're going to connect to the underground. Oh, the underground is under construction. What do? You get out, you start walking, find out where it's working again, hop back on. And you think you're going to get to the airport at 12 o'clock and you get to the airport at 2 p.m. But guess what? You've given yourself 4 hours. So you're good. You're 2 hours early instead of four. So just things like that, just being flexible, being open-minded, going with the flow is a very good experience. And as always, I'm going to suggest that you turn that 1 week trip into 3 or 4 weeks. Stay longer if possible. Every day is not some excursion. Every day is not a new sight to see. Some days are simply puttering around your Airbnb or sitting on the beach and eating a mango or just napping, really truly sleeping and getting your rest. So the longer you stay, the more time you can build into doing less, doing things that will improve your health, improve your spirit, improve your peace. And then keep your itinerary light so that if something happens and you meet up with some girls the day before at a restaurant and you really like these girls and they seem fun, then you can all meet up the next day and go out and do something that was totally unexpected. And you've made new friends and you're keeping in touch because you did not pack your itinerary so heavily that you have to go for this tour or this scuba diving thing or this mountain trail hike. You can keep it open for those unexpected situations where you meet somebody that's really cool and you just want to spend more time with them. Those are some things that I do to just keep more mindful and be more present in my body and my spirit. And let me know, what are some things that you do to keep more mindful when you are slow traveling? All right, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on my Beyond Enough retreat happening in Turkey, July 2026. Information is in the description box, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.